Hi friends, so I just posted a video kind of like the end of our 2017, what we did, we moved, life has been a little crazy. I am so late on posting that video. That should have been posted like 3 weeks ago. But I got down to Orlando and I started working. If you've been following me, you know that I was in Orlando for rehearsals for a Christmas show. I did that Christmas show a lot, which was awesome. And so we have been on the house hunt. It has been very difficult, and I am living with a couple of friends. It's awesome. I love my friends, but we are still house hunting and just trying to make all of that work. So life kind of got in the way of me making my YouTube videos, but I wanted to update you guys. So thank you if you're still following along. I know I'm a horrible YouTuber, but I'm still sharing my videos. I'm still sharing my journey. We did not get pregnant in December, did not get pregnant in January. So I go to, this will be my first IVF, well, not IVF, I guess my first fertility testing appointment in 2 days. And I'm a little nervous. I talked about doing an HCG with one of my friends, and she was telling me how awful of an experience it was. So I'm a little nervous about that. But I don't know what this first appointment is going to be like. I actually just think they're going to give me yet another consultation, which I've already had. So we will see. We put an offer in on a house. This will be our 4th offer. Right now, Orlando is a seller's market. There's really not a lot on the market, and especially in our price range. So it's just been taking a little bit longer than we've ever had to when we were looking for houses. My husband is still on orders. So it's just been kind of like a busy January. A good January when it comes to like work-wise. I've been doing a lot of work, which is great. I went up to Atlanta to see my sister, my sister-in-law who's pregnant. We did a baby shower for her and it was awesome. So those are just a few of the things that have been going on, but this video is going to focus on my testing, what comes out of that, what they say. I don't know. I'm a little nervous. I just can't believe that it's been almost a year since we lost our baby, and just trying again has not been what we thought it would be. We thought it would be a lot easier, but we're still trucking along, still trying. So I just left the doctor's office, the Center for Reproductive Medicine, and I'm a little overwhelmed. This was IVF day 1 testing. So this was pretty much the start of our IVF journey. So if you are starting IVF, then you're probably on the same page as me. A little freaked out, a little overwhelmed. There's just a lot to take in. So the first thing that they did was just went over all of the our genetic findings with the Meckel-Gruber syndrome, and doing IVF with the DNG testing. So that's testing the embryos to make sure that they don't have Meckel-Gruber, and going from there. So pretty much I talked to the doctor about that and the genetic testing, and then they did a ultrasound to check just to see if I actually was producing eggs, which she said my ovaries look good, my eggs look good, which is positive, so that's good. And then they took my blood for a little bit more for testing for cystic fibrosis, and just a couple other genetic disorders, just to make sure that those don't run in our family. Yeah, it was really overwhelming to have a lot of that thrown at you.
but I'm glad that I did it because I've already done 2 IVF consultations, like to tell me what IVF is and what they'll test for and all that stuff. And so I know everything that's happening. So we're getting the ball rolling. It's just nerve-wracking. So we're still trying naturally, but always with trying naturally is the chance that we will have another baby with Meckel-Gruber syndrome that's 100% lethal. So that's where I am right now. Now we have to go over all of the paperwork that I got. So I got all my paperwork. And we have to like talk about, hey, if they take the embryos and they put them in, long-term care, and I die, who gets those embryos? Or my husband dies, who gets those embryos? Or we both die, who gets those embryos? We have to talk about stuff like that. So the next step for me, and if you are on this process as well, is the first day of my cycle, I have to call because I have to get Hcg testing. And that's where they put the dye in your uterus and just make sure that your tubes and your ovaries, that everything is flowing freely. And I just talked to a friend yesterday who said it was incredibly painful. I am not excited about it, but that is our next step. And then when my husband comes back in town, we have to go back in and do a financial not class, but we just have to talk to the financial guy. So that's where I am, getting the ball rolling. If you're on day 1 of IVF or you're about to start and you're terrified, yeah, it's really scary. And the thing that I don't want to do is stick needles in myself. I hate shots. I hate shots more than anything. Yeah. So we'll see. And that's that. That's day 1. That's the first day.
So I am supposed to be on what they call an IVF diet, just like a Mediterranean diet. No coffee, no caffeine, no alcohol, healthy foods, which I normally eat healthy anyways, but no red meat, which I don't eat a lot of red meat, no saturated fats, no trans fats. So pretty much fruits, vegetables, lean meats, fish, that sort of thing. But it's really hard to break the caffeine habit. So I didn't have any coffee yesterday or the day before, but I'm going to have 1 cup today, and I'm just going to kind of wean myself off of the coffee because I do like coffee. And I know that if you are pregnant, you can have like 1 cup of coffee or maybe 2 cups of coffee a day, but because they said that they want the best eggs possible for retrieval, that I should cut out caffeine, all caffeine, and alcohol. So this is the start to that. Have my grapefruit. I have 2 hard-boiled eggs for breakfast, which is normally my normal breakfast anyways, 2 hard-boiled eggs and some turkey bacon. And then I have fish and broccoli for lunch. And then tonight I'm going out with friends. So we'll see how the no alcohol goes. In a month from now, I'm supposed to go back in and get tested. So here's to healthy eating. So also, just because we're starting IVF doesn't mean that I'm going to stop trying naturally. So I did some research on how to make your lining thicker for your egg to implant. So I read that pomegranate juice helps. So
I've been drinking pomegranate juice every day, and then I've been getting those little like cups of pomegranate and eating it. My husband gets in town tonight. I'm in mid-cycle, fingers crossed, because it would be a lot cheaper to do naturally than IVF. But the only thing with IVF is that we get a 100% healthy baby with no Meckelgruber. So we really did want to try one more time naturally before we did the IVF, but since it hasn't happened, it's been 11 months. The IVF is what we're looking at. But pomegranate juice, this is from Trader Joe's, and it's cold pressed juice, pomegranate. It's 100% fruit juice with no added sugars. At least I hope it's no added sugars, because I've been drinking a lot of it and I'm not supposed to have sugar. So that's that.